Hi, this is EEB Tarot, two E's and a B Tarot. Okay, Gemini, you are up first for the love reading. Like I said, I told you guys I would be doing the signs in reverse order of the order I initially, well, not initially, but the post I did for April. I'm going to do 9 cards. The first 3 cards will be you and how you're showing up in terms of love or whatever. The next 3 cards will be the person. If you know them or if you don't, the cards will address it and whatever energy I'm picking up from the cards and just in general. And then the last 3 cards will be the advice. But I may be inclined to foreshadow what type of advice will probably come out. And we'll see if it aligns with what actually does. I've already pre-shuffled the deck. I'm really excited, Gemini, to do your love reading. Let's see, 3 cards for Gemini. In love. How are they showing up in love? 3 cards for whoever is resonating. Okay, ready for love. Ready for love. One more card. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. So Gemini, let's address you first. You have 10 of Cups in the upright, 7 of Cups in the reverse, and Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Wheel of Fortune major for Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo. Are you just... Gemini, pause. Let me get a card for Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Yeah. You're nervous. You're not anxious. 7 of Cups in reverse for Gemini. In love. How are they showing up in love? 7 of Cups. How are they showing up in love? Oh, that kind of lackadaisically flopped out, which is interesting because it's the opposite. Okay. 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 I feel like there's a really good part of you, Gemini, that, and see, as I'm saying that, I'm hearing like, no, I don't. No, I don't. But there's, even in the no, I don'ts, there's a really precious part of you that genuinely wants love from someone valuable to you. But you are in a space, it seems, where you are fine as you are not connected to that person or the whomever. You know what I mean? The next, the who of the next three cards we're gonna pull. But it's something else. What is this? Are you ready to move on from something, but you feel like you can't? Did y'all hear my stomach growl? That was like long. Sorry. Sorry. Oh my goodness. I told you, when initially it was like this anxiousness, this nervousness. Maybe my stomach did that for a reason. Like it's like, you're like, what is this? Is this Gemini energy of like duality? Like, I want to move on, but I don't know how. I want to get out there, but I don't want to be overwhelmed by who and what and how and what. So I'm gonna just sit right here, and because this is good over here. Like, just as is fine. Like this, is that what that is? Is it you can't really decide? Six of Swords is going into from one particular way of living and experiencing things into a essentially calmer, better, more peaceful, like in whatever more higher place of you, that you feel protected in it. You know what I'm saying? Wheel of Fortune in reverse is that there's a stagnation. There's not a change. You know what I mean? So it's like you're in like this purgatory, this abyss of just existence. So the trying to navigate, do I stay in this gray area of existence? Not gray as in bleak, but just where there's no change. There's no decline, but there's no progression. You know what I mean? Or do I transition into something that potentially holds a greater purpose or a sense of fulfillment? Knight of Swords, I want to rush into this with, I want to be truly decisive and intentional with how I'm viewing this, how I'm articulating this. And this is a head over heart, Seven of Cups kind of decision. Seven of Cups in reverse, though. So it's like going from having all these options to not really wanting necessarily options. You know what I'm saying? So, or they're not options that you desire. So you want to be proactive in something, but you're anticipating it, or you are feeling and picking up on the fact that it's not going to be things that you want, or you know what I'm saying? You've already connected to it, and you feel like it's not things you want. And you're content in where you are emotionally now. So that's you. That's you. If it resonates, that's you. Let's pick up on the who. Who's but it was the moon was at the bottom of the deck. The moon was at the bottom of the deck, and that also suggests like it still makes you question, you're unsure, you know what I mean? Like at night you do think about it, like, is there something you're not seeing? Is there, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Let's see. Let's show us the who for Gemini. I think that's 2 cards. Is that 3? Do we want these? Is it gonna be that easy? I don't know. Something's telling me. I don't know, Gemini. Are we taking this? Let's see. This is the who. So, the sun, major for Leo. 9 of Pentacles. It could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And the 3 of Swords. Yeah, Gemini, I'm getting the feeling from you still that it's something that's just feeling like it might be too much. Like, and the anticipation of it, or the already preconceived of it, is unsettling. But the who, the sun, the person that this is representing is somebody who is a positive person, very self-assured, prefers to deal in resolutions. And is successful at achieving them. Self-sufficiency is definitely how Gemini, what I'm getting is somebody who is stable and secure and sufficient on their own. They've also had situations where they've experienced disappointment and setbacks and loss, or even regret. But ultimately, there's someone who tries to persevere regardless of circumstance. But they quite there's something about them that comes off as wounded. Like they have a mask that they present to the world, but it doesn't feel like a negative mask. It feels like a way of coping, you know what I mean? A way of normalizing themselves and regulating themselves. But you, I don't think it's something that they just give off to everybody. I think it's something that you sense in them is wounded. And that you actually, you appreciate their ability to, the Sun, persevere, and Nine of Pentacles continue to thrive. But Three of Swords, I feel like you do see their wounding. Four of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Seven of Swords, I feel like, yeah, it's not, that's what I said, it's not the mask they wear doesn't feel deceptive. It feels just resilient. I'm sorry, Gemini, if when I started the Who, it was a lot of pauses maybe. If I go back and maybe if I may not watch it, but if I go back and watch the video, I just, that's what I said, there was like a distraction. I just couldn't let go of your energy to really focus on them, but I was still picking up on them, just trying to make sense of it. But yeah, this person could be a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, or Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But give me two more cards on Nine of Pentacles for Who. One more. Yeah. This is somebody who definitely has had to utilize decisive and what's that, like they had to like take charge of their circumstances. Like they, now when it comes to you, I feel like this Seven of Wands, Two of Pentacles, I feel like this is them having an internal battle. I know it's Pentacles and Wands, right? But it feels like let me take that back. Not maybe an internal battle, but it's like they're trying to now figure out how to incorporate someone else into their world. You know how you're the Nine of Pentacles, right? I mean, I'm sorry, the Nine of Cups. You're the Nine of Cups, and you are dealing with the whole Seven of Cups, Knight of Swords thing, right? We're talking about like, okay, there's not really options I want out there, but I want to be proactive, but I'm not, that whole thing. You guys are like mirroring each other, just like from different angles, but same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like water and earth, which is beautiful together, if both are wanting to supply the other with what's needed, right? Nine of Pentacles is that self secure, like good in their own right and in their own positioning, and knowing that they also, Two of Pentacles, want to invest in something that will continue to add to that growth, but also Seven of Wands, like your Seven of Cups, right? Seven of Wands, wanting to like, is this going to disrupt what I already got growing, Nine of Pentacles, in my garden? You know what I mean? Because I'm focused on what I need to do to sustain me, right? But I'm also wanting, it's like, I feel like they're like kind of, you see how even though the sun is here, like they're looking in the direction of the Three of Swords and the Seven of Wands, right? So it's kind of looking away from the making the choice of something that will add to these pentacles, right? That will give more to what's already growing. But instead of focusing on making that decision and bringing that into the sun, it's like more focused on, okay, but is this going to be triggering? Is this going to be a saga of past things? Even if it's not from you, just like your concerns may not be about this person, if this is a new person or a person you haven't met yet, you know what I'm saying? But this is how, or if you, I don't, but just like how they're like kind of looking here, there's also bottom of the deck looking in the direction of Eight of Cups, right? That walking away from this, because bottom of the deck, Eight of Cups, the back, their back is to these things that make maybe them feel the same anxiousness that I felt with yours. I'm gonna pull cards for advice, but Gemini, if you, let's start with you. If you are in a place where how can I say this? If you're in a place where you have the desire, or if you feel like you're supposed to, right? That's the difference. If you feel like you're supposed to have the desire to get out there and to navigate this new start, do it because it's a genuine desire and not because you feel like you're supposed to. Simply because you're not. You just, what does that even mean? You know what I'm saying? What does that even mean? You're supposed, like, you know what I mean? Because if you force it, then it's not gonna somebody's gonna not get the best version of the other person. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? So I think that the Nine of Cups is a beautiful place for you to sit. For the simple fact that whenever you're done trying to make whatever feels, the decision that feels best to you, right? The end result is still you going into the Six of Swords. You're going somewhere that's peaceful. Even it doesn't matter. Even if you're saying that your peace is just right where you are with no change, then amazing. You know what I'm saying? Continue to just trust and appreciate what the space that you are in, and that knowingness that when you're ready for whatever transition, it's ready for you as well. And that you're attracting somebody who is just as sound in their own independence, and who is just as mindful of difficult circumstances, or when things just feel like a lot on you and none of it feels good. Because just like the Seven of Cups in reverse is variety, but it ain't nothing you want. Seven of Wands is quick movement, but it's like it's like poking and prodding and pushing of, like, it's uncomfortable. You know what I mean? It's not. So you're attracting someone who understands that, who's also been through things, but knows that it gets greater later. But later don't have to be far off in the distance. At any given time when you decide to turn the wheel, it's no different than when that person decides that they are fully committed to the Eight of Cups and they've moved past any previous experiences and walking into the sun with positivity. What Jennifer Lewis say, I had my day in the sun, now I am the sun. Beautiful, right? I think that your advice is continue to do you, because as you're doing you, you're attracting what is also doing them, and you two will respectfully water and earth. This is feeling like, for me, an earth sign, but you'll continue to grow each other's garden. I said I was gonna do several readings, love readings tonight. I'm tired. So I may just stop with you, Gemini, but get at it again in the morning. But I don't know. Once we close this out, we'll see. But advice. I hope I wasn't, I'm off shuffle. I hope I wasn't rambling, Gemini. And let me know if it resonates, or if I was just, I don't know. Okay. You tell me. 3 cards for advice for Gemini. For love. One more. So far, what came in? Oh, it's getting all kerfuffly. Advice, yes. I'm gonna shuffle. King of Cups, 6 of Pentacles. One more card for advice for Gemini. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I think that you're going to be attracting this person. If you haven't already met them, Gemini, you're going to be attracting them very soon. Um, again, could be a Leo or a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, um, but or a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. But they could be very, not they could be, but regardless, because of the Ten of Cups energy you're sitting in, they are they're matching your level of stability, and it seems like it's love languages that uh complement one another. Ooh, I felt like that was an itch I couldn't scratch, and I finally got it. Like, I don't know if I said that earlier, but that's what I've really been trying to say, is that these are energies that complement each other, both in past adversities and current levels of stability. They aren't necessarily mirroring. When I said they were mirroring but different, that's what I meant. They're mirroring in a way that they complement each other. Advice: King of Cups, Six of Pentacles, and Six of Cups. Page of Swords at the bottom of the deck. That's why I said, if you haven't met this person yet, if you haven't already met them, they're definitely coming in. This is new energy, new communication. I'm sorry, I'm adjusting my seating, Gemini, because my legs are falling asleep. I was sitting in a particular way that is no longer comfortable. Okay. And that's why I said, Gemini, when you're ready to move and adjust, when it no longer be the space you're in is no longer of two minds, and you are like, okay, whatever state I'm in is not as comfortable as it once was for me, that's when that wheel of fortune will turn, and the person that compliments you in this energy, in this sun energy, will enter into your energetic path, and it seems like it's very soon. This person may be someone who is of an older persuasion. This may be the universe letting you know to not discount based on age. Maybe you're the person, Gemini, who's older, and consider someone who may be slightly younger. They to be open to situations where it's something that you feel, what is it, like effortless in doing, right? So get out there in your hobbies, like if it's charity work, you activism, or pottery classes, or something where it feels like you are in a fulfilling space. You know what I mean? Something that feels good to you. And what is that? It's like purposeful, maybe. You know what I mean? Six of Pentacles and Six of Cups gives me like it feels, if it like it's like cardigan sweater, or I don't know, a really good frozen dessert or something. Like it just feels good to do. You know? I don't know. Your advice is to do what feels good to you. Um, and it attracts this kind of energy. But that's what I said. I don't know. Is that what you're getting? Let me know. That's what I got from it. Um, also, also, if you're being called to like seek out like counseling or to maybe address why there was points of like if you are in a, even if you are fine with being in a place of stagnation where you're like maybe catching your breath or something, like this isn't, I'm not stuck, I'm just resting kind of thing, like I'm not asleep, I'm just resting my eyes, got it. If that's where you are, like there, you may have been kind of getting like, I don't know, like should I look into talking to somebody or seeing a professional, because tarot is wonderful, but please, like, you know what I mean, like if you're trying to like say, okay, well what was it, maybe I want to kind of look into what gives me the like why do I feel good in this space, you know what I mean, or why don't I, you know what I mean, or what's stopping me, or what's put, what if you just your notices and wonderings about yourself, if you kind of just feel like that's the next step in your journey, or you know at some point it's gonna be, I would definitely encourage you uh to seek that out. And I'm, for me, when it comes, I know there are people like, oh, I don't, I wouldn't talk to it there, what can they tell me, and you know what I mean, I with respect to everybody's own like approach to things, I get it. um but just like in dating, and it's funny because you're in, it seems like you're in a place where you're unsure right now, but in dating, um you don't stop dating forever after, uh, outside of something less than desirable. You know what I'm saying? But if a date didn't was like a 7 or a 6 out of 10, you wouldn't date again. You know what I'm saying? Or if like even if it was a 2, you know what I mean, or whatever. Or if it was like you got ghosted and they never showed up at all, so it doesn't rate at all. Like you know what I mean? Like you wouldn't never go on another date. I would hope not. I would hope not, right? Um, so no different if you know maybe you've attempted it at one point in time to kind of talk to somebody about how you got where you are. You know what I mean? Like try a few. Maybe this particular therapist didn't work out, and go another route. You know what I mean? You, and also that whole the person, the 9 of Pentacles individual who aspires and reflects the sun and embodies the sun, that's a place of healing, right? So in order to align with an energy that is in a place of healing, that must also be a practice in in you energetically. You know what I'm saying? All right, Gemini, that was your reading. If it resonated, let me know. Oh, you know what? Pause. Did I do numerology? I don't know. I feel like I could. You may, you know what I mean? I'm seeing the sixes, repeating sixes. By the way, sixes relate to childhood, and maybe some of you all feel like you've been getting messages from your ancestors, or like signs that show that you're like like the movie Ratatouille, like when he ate the meal and it snatched him back to his childhood. Like you may be getting things, little indicators that kind of snatch you there. Um, and if it's a good memory, then celebrate that and really connect to whatever that feeling is, and whoever you feel like is sending the message. And if it's not, then my previous advice of please, professional help is always an option. All right. Let me know if you end up meeting this wonderful gentleman, or if you decide, you know what, I'm gonna sit in my Nine of Cups, Gemini energy for a little longer. Okay, Gemini, if you like the reading, like, share, subscribe. Until the next one, be well.